Hi, in this video I'm talking about headphone stands. And this is 3 different styles of headphone stands, and I'll talk about the pros and cons of each one. So first let's talk about the one on the middle. It's probably the simplest type of stand and the one that takes the less room. And it's made by Sennheiser. I think it's only about 20 bucks. And I'll try to post links for these in the description field. But this one can clamp onto a table edge or a shelf, whether it be a horizontal shelf or a vertical shelf. This thing can actually rotate, and the headphone band goes on like that. And it holds your headphones quite well, although for heavier headphones it may not be, as supportive enough. But it's good if you want to put your headphones on the edge of a table or on an equipment rack or maybe on a shelf. I can show that to you here. See, the headphones just go on like that. So it works fairly well. This part here is padded, which is really nice. I really like that about this particular kind of headphone stand, the padded part. So yeah, I recommend this kind of stand if you have a shelf, table, or equipment rack that you want to put your headphones on. And again, it can also be mounted vertically as well, because this thing turns, and it can be mounted on a vertical post or something. So the way this works is this just clamps down onto the shelf or whatever that you're trying to mount to. So it works quite well. The one on the right is just a cheap stand that I got off Amazon for about $15 to $20. It's actually made of plastic. It's got a matte sort of rubber finish on it, so it won't damage your headphones. But as you can see, I can put my headphones on that stand, and it works quite well. It's nicely balanced, and it's quite functional. And that's quite a good stand for the money at only about $15 to $20. Now, the one thing to be aware on a stand like that is the part that contacts the headband of your headphone is not that large. So having a contact point like this, or even one that's smaller, I've seen some headphone stands that are actually like cup holders, which is just like a tiny little stick that contacts the band of your headphone, kind of like that. Those aren't as good because over time the headphone may bend down and sag, or it may leave an indentation on the bottom part of your headband for the headphone because of the fact that the contact point on the headband is not as large. So on a stand like this, especially for heavy headphones such as these Odysseys, which are quite heavy, I wouldn't recommend storing them long term like that on a stand like that. Maybe if you're just taking them off the headphone stand at night and you're just using it throughout the day, on your desk, a stand like this would be perfectly fine. However, I wouldn't store the headphones like that long term because, as I said, for heavier headphones, it might leave an indentation and eventually bend down the band of your headphones. Now, on the very left, we have my favorite headphone stand. It's by a company called Woo Audio, and it's actually metal, and you sort of put it together. It's also a little bit expensive. It's shipped, it's about $80 or something, but it's a really good stand. It's my favorite. It's got a telescoping holder part, so this part can actually move up and down, so you can adjust the height of it, which is really nice for if you have headphones that have thicker cables or just need more room down here on the bottom. You can raise it up, and it's also all aluminum and very sturdy and heavy, so it's quite a good stand. Again, it's made by Woo Audio. They also make one that can hold 2 headphones at the same time, which costs a little bit more money. So this is by far my favorite stand. Not sure where it's made, but it's very high quality. And again, it's about $80, so it's certainly not a cheap stand. But as you can see, it fits these headphones just quite right. Also, this part here where the band contacts your headphones is not too small. Let me turn this around so you can see it. So you can see this part here is sort of thick. And so the part where it contacts your headphones is nice and wide, so over time it's not going to bend down your headphones or anything like that. At least I don't think it will. So from all the different headphone stands that I've tried, the Woo Audio headphone stand is certainly my favorite. It also comes in a chrome finish, which is a little bit more expensive. It also comes in a black, but all of them are all metal and all aluminum and seem really well built in my opinion. Now, my only small minor complaint on it is the fact that it says Woo Audio down here on the bottom. It would be kind of nice if it didn't say anything, just because I like to have a more clean look or something. But on the other hand, this stand here, this cheaper stand, also has a logo right here as well. So Now, one popular other kind of headphone stand is a bent wood omega shape headphone stand like you see in this picture on the screen. Those look really great, and I love the styling of them. However, they really tend to, in my opinion, compress the ear pads because the wood part contacts the ear pads. So over time, if you're storing your headphones on a stand like that, your ear pads are going to kind of get malformed and sort of compressed. Also, I think they spread out the headband a little bit too much for my liking and kind of loosen it up. In my opinion, the best kind of stand are stands like these where you're not really spreading out the headband constantly when you're using them. You're also not contacting the ear pads at all. So right here, this headphone stand just allows the headphones to be as natural as possible when you set them down. The only thing is that the ear pads are touching here. They're touching themselves, but that's not a big deal. And also, it doesn't seem to be spreading out the headband that much. It seems to be allowing it to be in a more natural state. Now, even on this headphone stand, with heavier cans such as the Odysseys, you probably don't want to store it on here for long periods of time. If you're using your headphones a couple times a week or something, it's fine to store it on here, but if you're going to store them for months on end or something, you probably want to put the headphones away in a case or something, or a bag, because over time it still probably will compress the pads down a little bit here, the underside of the pads of the headphone band. So that's just something to be aware of, especially on heavier headphones. On lighter headphones, it may not make a difference though at all. So yeah, I just wanted to do this video and talk a little bit about headphone stands. And as always, if you have anything to add, please go ahead and leave a comment, and I'm sure others watching will be able to benefit from what you have to say. I'll see you in my next video.